What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to go over some of the most underrated champions since the preseason hit. These are going to be ones that people are not talking about as much but are actually really good, and I don't really like the phrase like hidden OP, but I guess that's how most people talk about them. That's kind of what these are. So I'm just going to dive straight in, and this first one, everyone's kind of been leaving alone for a while. They haven't really touched him, but Ivern is actually really good. Probably one of the most fitting champions for this video. We did talk about him in my Korean pick video as well though, so this is just going to be a quick kind of mention to summarize everything. So he's much stronger than people actually think he is. He abuses courage of the Colossus really well, causes a lot of chaos because he's designed to do that as a champion anyway, but nobody knows what is going on. His Daisy Golem ult thing is really hard to deal with, and that's part of the problem because it just runs around, it hits you, it suddenly knocks you up, and everybody's like, why did that just knock me up? Nobody really understands how that works. Ivern himself is a lot like Elise though. That's the comparison I keep giving out all the time, except you have a bit more utility. You have shield, stun, knock up, and some good damage as well. I guess actually it's not really stun, it's like a root. Early game you can gank a lot, you provide a lot of damage, and that's kind of why the Elise comparison like really comes from, I guess. Obviously his clear is good with the camp thing he does. I don't want to go into him too much, but he's super good. Not many people can play him, not many people want to play him either. He is a bit weird, but if you enjoy that, then I guess you can actually play him for a bit of freelo right now. He is really strong. Swain is the first proper one though that I haven't mentioned for a while because he's like the anti-meta champion for now, for 6.22. Top lane he's amazing versus tanks because they can't handle the constant poke and they don't have the damage to kill him ever with his ultimate either. He dicks on champions like Maokai, for example, so hard, and because Maokai is so popular right now, it just leads to Swain having a really good win rate. Mid lane, he is amazing versus assassins as well. You have the constant poke, which zones them from farm, decent trade, you can push, and your ultimate means it's hard to finish him off actually after the burst damage. Also, build-wise, it's semi-tanky like the entire time, like Rod of Ages, Zhonya's, Rylai's, Spirit Visage. You can get any of those four. You probably get all four of those. It makes you very hard to kill. He didn't get changed with the preseason or anything like that, so this one was hard to see coming actually, but it's really like how easy it is to Q push the wave now. His poke is simple. The only skill shot he has is his W really. You press R to survive in team fights. It's actually kind of a simple kit, I think, really, and in a way it's kind of a dumb mix of tank and damage, I guess. That's how you beat assassins and tanks anyway. It doesn't feel as bad as others like tank Rengar or tank Fizz because he kills you slower, but he heals so much, so I don't know, it's not really fun to play against. I don't think like just me mentioning it in the video or something making meta or anything like that, but if he does become meta, the problem is Morello and X-Shoes with cooling are so good and so cheap to buy. If Swain ever becomes really popular, everyone's going to learn to buy it and it kind of sucks ass, but right now they haven't, so you have a little bit of time to use him. The next one is Nocturne, one of the few damage junglers who is actually doing really well. Like most with high win rates right now are tanks with damage or just straight up tanks. They are not as damage heavy as Nocturne, like that is for sure. Two builds though, there is the Devourer, Blade the Ruin King and stuff with some tank to end. There is also the Warrior, Ghostblade, Dustblade, Deadman's, kind of like the assassin build. I actually think it's better to go a bit of a hybrid build, so Warrior, Ghostblade, Deadman's, Titanic and Sterix in my opinion is really strong and it makes you really hard to deal with. Your AoE clear speed is nuts in the new jungle. You can power farm easier than most people, which gives you more time to gank after, and also you heal, so like with your passive, so you stay healthy with the smites. You're very hard to invade. It's easy to have an impact with Nocturne. I like whenever your ultimate is up, you look to use it, right? Naturally that is going to make you have a lot more impact in the game because it reminds you to do something, and I genuinely believe that is actually increasing his win rate. A lot of these tanks and stuff don't have big ticket ultimates, so not like a Vi, for example, who has this big ultimate you want to use every time it's up, so really like you can just kind of farm or do nothing. The long range nuke you have is amazing versus assassins or immobile to carry supports, and to be honest it's probably a lot like other carry junglers got screwed a little bit. Nocturne isn't really been touched for a while now, so it just makes him better in comparison. He's definitely underrated though because you can easily one shot at the 1-to-do item stage with Thunderlords, and that is really important. That is the best part about the build too. Like you have Warrior and Ghostblade, which means you can one shot early and delete people. Then Deadman's adds a bit more damage and harder to kill. Titanic does the same thing, more damage but again health, and then Sterix after. The build is designed to keep you scaling like damage throughout the game, but also make you survive your opponent's damage. It's pretty annoying to play against. This one gets me flamed a lot on my channel. Like I used to talk about this guy a lot and everybody would say he's useless, but Volibear is probably one of the best Courage of the Colossus users and he hasn't got any attention like at all. All this champion does is stack health, and the Colossus, the Courage of the Colossus is 70% of your max health per nearby champion when you use crowd control. Even your damage scales with health as well, so it's like all of your bases are covered, right? One of the ultimate tanks and the tank meta is coming back. The problem though, I think kind of is Vayne at the moment. So this is from an AD carries perspective, obviously that is what I main, but Vayne is really good against Volibear. You're condemned when he's running at you and you kite him so easily. It actually wouldn't surprise me if that's why his win rate isn't as good as I thought it would be, because Vayne is just so good. I think Righteous Glory would be pretty good on him actually. Run and flip people with the courage. Deadman Swifties, you're never going to get away, and I do do know the new jungle isn't the best for clear speed with Volibear, you're very single target, but you easily make up for that with how well you scale into the game and you can gank as well. A lot of stuff about Volibear is just very underrated, like his damage when he looks so tanky, how good Ghost is on him, it's a lower cooldown, and a lot like Olaf actually, a bit of getting used to, but it's worth it. His passive turns 2v2 fights as well, like you literally cannot focus him unless you have insane burst, which means he beats you with that damage. He's so good at counter ganking. The meta is really weird for him though. Good matchups are supposed to be other tanks and assassins because they just can't kill him, but the mix of damage and tank is what he struggles with. Lee Sin kind of, but Vi, Hecarim, and those are pretty popular right now. He's underrated in some games, underrated overall as a champion, but don't pick him into some champs and expect to do super well. So AP Kog'Maw has started to come back before preseason, but still does super well right now. They changed him back and reverted the rework, right, which killed AP Kog'Maw, so it kind of makes sense that he's back to being strong again in a way, I guess. His damage is disgusting, like the burst even, like poke over time does a lot, but the E and R combo is nuts, and that's actually why a lot of people are taking Thunderlords. Deathfire Touch makes more sense with poke, but Thunderlords is better if they get close up, so it's kind of a trade-off, and right now Thunderlord seems to be winning. Now it does take time to ramp up in the game, so it's not always a good thing, right? You need items to really do a lot of damage. You can't just run around killing people early. Late game though, you are insane, so the trade-off is there, like weak early but really good later. You slow, you poke, and you burn from miles away, and they can't really do too much. It's not really a pick for everybody. You need to be kind of patient and stuff, but it's way better than people think he is, because like partly it's just items, right? They're super annoying. Luden's is extra poke, Leandra's is extra burn, Archangel's is spamming spells and a shield, Rylai's your poke slows, it's easier to hit the next one. Flash and Ghost is very strong as well. I say this all the time, but I love Flash and Ghost on immobile mid laners. It definitely helps him kite better and stay safe. This one isn't a specific champion, but a group of champions kind of. So damage champions that use Courage of the Colossus and abuse it. Basically, these champions have very good base damage, build damage to scale into the game, but they also have to get close to the enemy and of course have hard crowd control. By the way, hard crowd control is like a stun, a knock-up, something where the enemy character can no longer move and loses control of the champion. That does mean that Olaf, by the way, with his axe slows is not hard crowd control, okay? Please stop taking Courage of the Colossus on him. It tilts me so bad. It does not proc. Anyway, two main champions with this are Annie and Riven. I'm actually serious, by the way. Riven is easy to proc with a W and third Q charge, and you use this in teamfight, sure, with the 5x shield, right? But even in lane, it's very good. Basically, Riven jumps in, she starts the trades, absorbs the first bit of damage with the Courage shield, and just gets her combo off while taking less in return. The trade-off is obviously less damage from like Fervor or Thunderlords, but the idea is that you use the shield when it's up over and over to take really efficient trades. It's actually really disgusting and annoying to play against. Plus in teamfights, you have like a what, maybe 1k shield that protects you when you dive in. That's pretty ridiculous on its own. Thunderlord sucks to lose, or Fervor, whichever you take, but it actually seems really good at the moment. Now Annie is the other one I've tried this on properly, and it works really well. It works too well. You can get Rod of Ages, Rylai's, the Andrews, which all give you health to make this shield better and gives us more damage as well. It's really good in the lane phase. You stun, you shield, you carry on attacking for a little bit more. In my experience, like Thunderlords is obviously awesome for extra burst, but Annie doesn't even need it really. I was still killing people super easy without it. It is annoying as balls. Annie flashing into your entire team using ult, killing you, but also having this massive shield for the start of it, like, is so ridiculous with how much health she has anyway, right? Plus the slows, even Zhonya's, a shield just makes it so much more annoying to deal with. Now the last one is actually Twitch. The new Twitch changes are probably the most underrated thing from the preseason. It flew by everyone, myself included, as not that big of a deal, but actually it feels really good in game, and he has a massively high win rate. Like W is going to help you clear waves and not be as crap in the lane phase, right? It's also better for trades as well because it stacks over time. Your Q actually goes into stealth now, into camouflage after 1 second. I'm actually kind of miss this properly because it's only camouflage now, so they can still see you. The thing is, you can use this in fights for the extra attack speed because it only goes off after 1 second. Like, it's ridiculous. That is so good. New builds as well. It's not really an assassin anymore, more like a Jinx or something. Runan's Infinity Edge Shiv or Phantom Dancer, in my opinion, is the best build you can go. It can also be like Runan's Infinity Edge, Blade the Ruin King, Last Whisper, etc. stuff like that against really tanky team. Runan's with ultimate is nuts. We've used that for ages, but we're basically replacing the old Fervor damage with crits now. The new Fervor gives us AD, which means we get bigger crits because there's more AD behind the crit. Extra Shiv or PD means more crits as well, and that is why this is working so well for now. I might actually go as far to say he is probably the best AD carry you can play at the moment, honestly, outside of Vayne at least anyway. Super good late game now with the new Fervor and crit build. Not as bad in the lane phase either, and he works really well with all of these healing supports keeping him alive. I know this isn't my typical stupid overpowered pick you've never heard of before, but it's actually so underrated. Hardly anyone is playing it, and it is so good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of these picks down in the comments. Let me know any picks you actually have, because I want to do more and more of these in the preseason and the beginning of season 7. So thank you very much for watching, but for now, now, let's go to the robots.